Hey, you're the co-host on this show. You're supposed to go first.
I know.
Oh, wow.
We have no guests yet. So since we have no guests, let me just say, you can say screw cyclones. I'm going to say screw hurricanes out of mutual solidarity. So in your country, it's a hurricane. In my country, it's a cyclone.
Yes, exactly. And hey, Stunning's here.
Hey, Stunning. Good to see you, my fellow
artist. Here, Stunning. Oi. Good to see you tonight. Yeah, we have nothing in plan, but hey, yeah. So, just I don't know what it was nice exploding in the background. So hey, no, that's why I kind of like call this Dadman and Hungry Unhinged, because we don't always go on a rant, but this is a good chance for us to rant a bit about things. It could be sports, it could be weather, it could be who knows what coming up today. So, oh gosh.
Hey, no, wait a second. Stunning. That is a massive compliment. Honestly, I do try to emulate 1930s news broadcasters. I really do. I really love that stuff. Hello, Bowsette. And I love 1930s to 1950s radio plays. Stunning. And I've actually
the Worlds
done a few. Well, that was around 1928.
It wasn't the 60s. Okay, the movie was in the 60s, but that was 1928.
No, the movie was in the 50s.
50s, okay. All right.
And the radio play.
I'd like to come back to that in a bit. I'd like to come back to the War of the Worlds in a bit.
Okay, let's do that. That'd be great.
But go ahead and finish your point there. Sorry about that.
Audio drama and voice drama goes back to around 1919, but it became prominent in the 1920s when we didn't have television. So the radio was the television for my grandparents, right? And I mean, actually, my mom, God rest her soul, she grew up with radio plays, and this is something you as a Star Wars fan will appreciate. There was a Star Wars radio plays in the 70s, and those would come on the radio. And I got to hear a couple of those. They were fantastic, but there were so many good radio programs, and that included Peter Lorre from Casablanca and the Maltese Falcon, and that also included Sidney Greenstreet, who played the fat man in the Maltese Falcon, and he actually played Nero Wolfe.
So it was canon, basically. Sorry,
I wouldn't say canon. I would say tradition.
No, I was saying canon, like the dude, voice of Buck Rogers intro.
Yes.
There was a Fat Man and Jake or something, right? There was also
Jake and the Fat Man, and actually, your subconscious is giving you a very accurate answer, because Mr. Conrad, right? He actually played Nero Wolfe after Sidney Greenstreet played Nero Wolfe. There was a brief series in America of an Americanized Nero Wolfe. And, I can't say Americanized, because Nero Wolfe was actually an American fat detective.
Hey, go ahead. I got something. I got something in my email. Actually, I got something for Ukrainian women. All right.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
No, it's just like, I'm avoiding that. So sorry about that. But Fat Man again. Sorry about that.
Okay, so Sidney Greenstreet was one of the original fat guys in Hollywood, right?
Okay.
And he had a deep voice, and he had the rumbling in the voice. And I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Let me move the mic over. I don't like to clip. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me actually turn down the gain.
All I know about clipping is it's a personal foul. Clipping, you use the mesh behind your knee. It's 15 yards on the team that commits the violation.
Okay, so clipping with a microphone is when you're providing too much audio information into the mic and it distorts.
Okay.
And I'm actually very glad that.
Greatness, though.
Pardon? What?
The mic cannot handle your greatness, though.
Okay, am I still clipping, Bowsette? Am I still clipping? Yeah, thank you, Bowsette. Exactly, the capsule. The capsule. Am I still clipping, Bowsette?
So,
we'll see. Bowsette will get.
Yeah.
Bowsette will get back.
Keep rampaging. I'm going to get the tweet out in our group and other.
Okay, all right.
Out in our group and other things. Oh, he said only a little, but not. It's not bad.
Okay, I'll move the mic back a little bit. Oh, damn it! You're being very fussy, Bowsette, but that's okay. I'm kidding, Bowsette. We should always take audio into account. Always take audio into account. Okay, you're a few seconds behind, no problem. But when it comes to Sidney Greenstreet, he was well recognized for playing the Fat Man in the Maltese Falcon and other roles, but he also was the first actor to really play Nero Wolfe, and Nero Wolfe was an incredible change of pace regarding the private detectives, because the private detective genre had generally had people who were, Humphrey Bogart, etc., lean, slim guys. And Nero Wolfe was, and most people don't know this, he was a Yugoslavian. He was a Yugoslavian.
Did he have a Hemi in the back?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, all right. I snorted poopus one time. Sent me a picture of a Yugo that had a Hemi in the back. It was the oddest damn thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I'll tell you what Nero had in the back. He had a pantry, and you're Southern, so you know what I mean by a pantry, right? Where all the food is stored. Good food is stored. You have the pantry.
So you got fat ass.
What?
Are you calling me a fat ass?
No, I'm calling you a food lover, and there's a difference.
I'm giving you a hard time. I'm just giving you a hard time.
So Nero Wolfe was simultaneously. I'm going to warn you. I'm going to use some Scrabble words. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He was a gourmand, but he was also a gourmet. So actually, the character of Nero Wolfe could cook his own food, but he was too fat to actually bother to do it. So he had a professional cook in the household. And so, I mean, he was absolutely about the food and beer, dude. And he would not accept cheap beer, and he would not accept a cheap cut of meat.
Oh yeah, you got to get. I tell you, I get some good cuts of meat, but they're on sale when I get them. So it's cheap relatively, but it's not cheap. It's actually it's good meat I get on sale. Like the T-bones I had the other night were like, instead of $12.98 a pound, they were $5.98 a pound. So
yeah,
but hey,
good deal.
Okay, you want a damn rampage, Buddy Hepburn said, "Hey, buddy, thesaurus for us." Well, I tell you what grinds my gears, which really pees me off these days, the damn no fun league. Screw you hippies. Damn, the kickoff is the best damn thing of a friggin' game. It's bad enough that they kick it to the damn end zone from touchbacks all the time anyway. Now they do this god-awful XFL ripoff crap. That's like damn pro baseball taking crap out of the minor leagues. Like Redstone and I were talking last night about the ad, like pimping out your ballpark with commercials, ads everywhere. It's just like, damn it, let them, all this prevent injury bullshit. It's like, just freaking, the game doesn't even look the same anymore with the kickoff. Just
wait. Hold on.
Kickoff.
You said there's a phrase you just used, prevent injury.
Supposedly.
What do you mean?
Well, because the speed of kickoffs when the players were running 50 yards downfield, it's full speed, and they all bump together and have leg, neck, and all these injuries. So they're doing it to, quote, prevent injuries. It's just not it's just not normal. It's not how the damn game's played. So, hey,
Can I go beyond PG-13 for a moment and ask you if this means they're pussying out on the spirit of the game?
Oh, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Claude and I talked about it all the time. The damn hitting the guys over the middle and the way they protected the quarterbacks. It was like the flag football league and stuff. Buddy said Star Trek had cloud minders. Is this cloud yellers? Sure.
Oh, damn it.
What? Well, by the way, what are cloud minders in Star Trek? Which, by the way, tomorrow night I talk and discuss with my co-host Daisy Blossom with Act the Movie tomorrow night, and then of course JT Kirk will be our special guest. So don't forget that.
Well, that's going to be a very good show. I honestly really do like that film in the Star Trek lexicon, and I really enjoy that film a lot. And
nothing's going to stop us now. That god awful Starship song with Kim Cattrall.
Have you seen Undiscovered Country yet?
Oh yeah, I'd seen it before. It's actually one I actually had always liked.
Yeah. I mean, so you got the Kirk versus Kirk scene, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Cool. That was awesome.
And now I'm not going to talk about the movie because that's what you got to do with Daisy and JT. But I'm just going to say that's a scene I loved. I absolutely loved it, and I love the fact that the Klingons are trying to claim Shakespeare.
Yeah. Well, you got to just think of Shatner sitting there with that scene. Like he must have loved that scene, Like he gets a chance to pick at himself. I love Bones' looks the time when the transmuter came in and did the kiss.
Yeah.
And Bones is like, "Oh God, would you stop it?" That's hilarious. But that was, I mean, it was my favorite of all of them. Can
I give you a little tidbit because I don't think Daisy or JT are going to mention this. All right, okay. Little tidbit. One of the actors in that film was Red, the dad from That 70s Show.
Oh yeah, the Federation leader. Yes.
Yes. And,
I didn't know that till I saw the opening credits. And I saw Kurtwood Smith there. I'm like, who the hell is he? I'm like, I knew the name from 70s Show, and I was like, oh, that guy. Oh,
well, he also played the main villain in RoboCop.
Right.
And I mean, he was a bastard in that film. So I love Kurtwood Smith. I adore him in everything.
Guys are bastards, by the way. Hungry, damn it. I'd be a bastard too if I could. Might as well piss everybody off half the time anyway. I just can't
do that because Aggie would try
with a straight face, so I can't gamble worth a damn.
Ang would cry if you became a bastard. You know that.
Yeah.
And we can't make Ang cry. We can't do that.
RoboCop.
Yeah.
But no. That was fun. That was fun to rant a little bit right there. I'm not on my Billy Napier crap yet. I'll say that for Wednesday night, but anyway, just
well, I mean, let's go up on this squirrel branch for a moment. Just for a moment.
About your wind power storms?
No, I don't want to do that. Well, I will get back to that, but for now, let's talk about great movies that had bastards in them.
Beavis and Butthead?
Trilogy of Terror.
Who was the bastard in that one?
Oh my God, the first story. The first one.
Oh yeah. That guy.
He was a C word. I won't use the C word, but you know the what I mean. The word that starts with C and ends with T.
Chameleon.
He was a C word.
He was a client. We got 8 people here. Folks, hit that like button, share it out. Let's have a party. Yeah. Hit that like button. We are, oh, by the way, let me get this back up here. We are back now to 670. YouTube, I guess, gave it back. Let's see. Oh, let's 669. Let's edit that. Let's get back to 670.
Hey, lemon pie, citrus.
Hey,
Good to see you.
citrus.
Good to see you, my bro. Good to see you. And yeah, you know, I'll get a bit unchained. Look, there's something that's been said since the 1800s. Okay.
Old man's here. Wait, old man's here. Joseph on the old man cometh. Good to see you again, dude. It's been a while.
Yeah, good to see you. And he will understand this. Ever since around the 1890s, that's over 100 years.
You don't call him old for that? Jeez, why did you go that far back?
That's a good joke. I like that.
Okay, all right.
But the thing is,
by the way, folks, I am now establishing the over/under on Hungry's use of the F-bomb tonight at 3. Place your predictions.
I have not used that word yet.
Will Hungry be over or under on the 3 times for using the F-bomb? Hey, I could go 3.5, 3.5. That'd be fun to do. I'll go 3.
It might happen. If I get a cyclone here, like you're going to get a hurricane later, yeah, I'm going to be swearing like a sailor on shore leave. But I just want to say, look, to go back to what we were saying earlier.
Masters in the movie.
Yes, without drama, okay, without conflict, there is no drama. And you have to have a bastard in order to either a female bastard or a male bastard in order to create drama. And somebody's got to be acting up. You know what I mean? They got to be acting up. And without that, it's going to be a boring story. And this is why, thank God, a lot of Star Trek people are not here right now. This is why I did not like Star Trek: The New Generation versus the original series. I love the original series. A lot of drama, a lot of bastards. But when it comes to TNG, it was a bloody tea party.
It got too many hippies in it.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, my God, when you got Captain Libido, at least Kirk knew how to keep his ship safe. Friggin' Riker would have almost got the ship destroyed every episode because he couldn't keep it in his pants.
Yeah, you know what else, to agree with you, okay, yeah. One thing that really pisses me off is that all these people that don't know sci-fi and didn't watch the series, they say, oh, Kirk was a horn dog. Kirk was sleeping with everybody. No, he slept with like 3 women in the entire 3 seasons of the series. So that is not a horn dog. No, that's not a horn dog. That is giving in to a woman who you can't resist, and that's understandable. But that's not the same. That's not the same as going out and trying to seduce a woman. Yeah, Kirk actually never seduced a woman in TOS. Never.
They seduced him.
Yeah, they did. They did. You remember the green woman?
Was that in the animated series?
No. There were 2 variations of the green woman.
What the hell happened?
Pardon? What?
Wait, what? I look, there's some breaking sports ball. I got to verify. This can't be true. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, there is the notorious and infamous Green Lady in Star Trek. So that was played by one actress as one character at the beginning in The Cage, which also is the 2-part introduction pilot for the series with Captain Pike. But then you have another episode which features a very important actress who plays the other green gal. Okay. And let me just check this out. Oh dear. And wow. Wow. She was a little bit more seductive. A little bit more seductive.
Mm-hmm.
And she, oh God.
Yeah.
Look, my computer is going ape shit here. Can you talk for a moment?
Yeah, I'm trying to research a story. I think it has to be I think it has to be a joke at this point. So, but yeah, there was a meme that came out said the
Oh,
Jackal's. Yeah.
Yvonne Craig, who was gorgeous and yeah. Thank you, Matthew
Matthew
Pounder.
Pounder, hey, welcome. Good to see you. How are you doing tonight?
Now, Yvonne Craig was delightful, absolutely delightful in everything she did. And she played a lot of roles aside from her role in Batman, but that is what she is most known for. Most known for. Now, I think we should look at a couple of her other roles, just like Stephanie Powers. We all know Stephanie Powers from Heart to Heart. And that's where I first got my crush on Stephanie Powers. Okay. But she did a lot more things than Heart to Heart. She was actually in a female version of The Man from U.N.C.L.E. She was in The Girl from U.N.C.L.E.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think it should have been The Woman from U.N.C.L.E. I don't mean to sound politically correct, but she was not a girl. I mean, Stephanie Powers was very much a woman by that point, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. Curvaceous, adorable, delicious, and very adroit. Very adroit. And there were very interesting episodes in that show. Unfortunately, as far as I know, not released on DVD. Not.
Okay.
But the reproductions from VHS are on archive.org if you know how to find them. And yeah. So, I mean, look, we're of an age. I say this all the time to you. Do you sometimes appreciate the 1960s actresses more than what we're getting now?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, exactly. You don't need all this modern makeup and just sultry stuff that they consider. See, the modern beauty is not beauty to me. I like the look of a lady that's more natural, less makeup needed.
Right on.
You know, it's just a natural beauty. Plainer. I mean, I hate to say plain or simple, but it's like, you know, just because you wear 20, if you Tammy Faye Baker, it doesn't make you attractive and stuff like that.
Tammy Faye, I remember Tammy Faye.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, too much makeup could be a bad thing.
Dude, you remember this because I was living in America at the time, right? They called her
America.
They called her tarantula eyes because of that mascara. You remember that awful mascara she had?
The tears started, oh boy, it was black paint down the face. So
Tammy Faye.
Yeah, exactly. So
Tammy Faye. Oh God! Yep. He was a cyclone of bad makeup.
Oh my! So let's see. Oh wow! Yep. Oh man, they've already declared. I'm sorry. I'm changing topics on you. My bad. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's just that's the way I always looked at it. The 60s and 70s. I like Catherine Bach as Daisy Duke. You know. I mean, it's just hot. I mean, even the Heather Locklear, and I mean, they didn't have to have all this crap now and all that. And you know, I'm personally not a tattoo guy and piercings and all that. And it's like,
oh yeah,
I just like a nice, simple lady that you know is nice. You know, so the missus.
No, I agree.
And the missus is a shirtless Korean actor. So hey, with my
oh dear.
I will say that one time I did look at I did see Henry Cavill without a shirt on once, and I had to say, okay, that's impressive. That's impressive. And hell, say hell to Phantom Outsider. Fanny's here. Did we lose you? Uh-oh. Did we lose Hungry? Oh, no. Oh, boy. Well, he could not stand the power of Phantom Outsider. Phantom, good to see you tonight. But as we know, listen, I don't do breaking news on the fly and stuff like that, but sometimes I do talk news and stuff if it's something I know and I know it to be true. It's sort of a little bit related to the topics that Hungry and I were just saying. Yeah, he probably did, bastard. So
No, I did not, Bowsette.
Okay.
I did not. I'm back.
Yeah, okay. Are you okay?
I was thinking about Charlie's Angels in terms of natural beauty from the 1970s, and I had to take a break just for a moment.
Well, I'm just going to say, damn, you're quick, dude. I mean, I didn't.
Hey,
wow.
Mrs. Hello.
Mrs. Hello.
But also, look, I mean, I that's when somebody mentions 1970s.
I got to finish this though, because we were talking about simple ladies from the 70s, Catherine Buck,
right,
all this thing. Even Barbara Bain had a look at with that, Space 1999. But like I said, my thing is like that. Mrs. thing is give her a good Asian actor with good abs, and she's shirtless, and she's happy. So
well, fair enough. Now for me,
by the way, Phantom Outsider, we did see the polar bear. There was a polar bear sighting this evening, not for long, but he was seen around the Mrs. Chat earlier tonight.
Oh, good. So, good.
But he is up and around. Of course, now he's got to fight off a hurricane coming. Or I think he'll be okay where he is. They'll probably just get rain and stuff. We just don't know which way it will finally go. But there are they've already declared a state of emergency in several states.
Oh, damn it!
Of Florida, so ahead of it, including one of the counties I'm working in. But I was going to be there this weekend, but there's a long story I won't say on air. But basically, I'm home this week. Well, I'm at mom's, but hey, it's a long story. But I don't know. We might not be going back there for a while if everything holds true. So.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. All right. Stunning turned sexy ladies classy. Nice. Okay. Hungry. What do you got to say about good old cyclones? Oh, ice cream headache.
Well, okay. If I have to be in a cyclone here, I want to be with a natural looking woman without that much makeup from the 70s. You know what I mean? Or the 60s. And I really appreciate that look. Maybe it's because of when I was born and what I grew up with, but I do not like the overly cosmetic look. And look, I'll be honest, I really love the actress Courtney Cox.
Wait, how did we go from a cyclone back to women? Oh, never mind. Go ahead, go.
Because it is a cyclone of stress on them regarding their looks, and therefore they get into the great winds, they get into the storm, and they will change their nose. I hate that. I hate it when a woman changes their nose. I have to admit that.
Poor fan, like Jennifer Grey. Jennifer Grey wrecked herself.
I know.
Changing that nose. It was more famous before. Sorry to hear, Phantom. Yeah, 2 days is week 9. Jeez.
I'm sorry, Fancy. I'm sorry.
That's a lot of people ask me, well, you could retire or whatever. Well, one, I got to still pay for health insurance. That's one damn thing. Got the missus at home and stuff like, everybody has bills and things. And plus, also, do you think the missus would really want me home all the time? No, I don't think so, because I get away and buy the hurt machines and stuff.
That was good. That was good.
It's serious. It's what she would say if she's listening right now. I'm sure she'll type that in, because it's like, she's like, do the work. Like today, I was working from home and ended up interrupting her stream because we lost 4 packs of bacon. Damn it.
What?
Yeah, 4 freaking packs of bacon because the damn refrigerator somehow didn't get turned back up right or what. and things like that. And it just like we lost it. So here.
Oh, that pisses me off.
Look at that. Told you.
Mrs.
Buddy says a cyclone of lust and desire. LOL.
Hey, buddy. Yes, you are right, buddy. You are right.
Everything does revolve around women, so it's nothing to be sorry about. It's odd having a fixed schedule. It's an adjustment. Yeah, definitely adjustment.
I mean, the missus is here in the chat, so let's just respect the missus, and we know the missus is with you, so we're not talking about like San Francisco stuff here. But the missus
here, hungry. I had her only as a 3-day weekend, and we were staying at home. Yeah, because
no!
I want to go out of town, or I want to go somewhere, do something. I hate sitting around home all friggin' weekend.
Yeah, fair enough.
So even go to the villages and have a party or something. You never know, but
right. But with the missus, she'll understand this. Even if the missus does not want to sleep with ScarJo, the missus can appreciate ScarJo, and she knows what I mean. But the missus and I, like, she's a little.
See, I don't know what ScarJo is so hot about. I mean, I think ScarJo is average.
What?
There's not enough meat on the bones.
I agree with that.
But it's like maybe face, but it's like okay, what? I don't know. I like a woman with substance.
Well, I mean, there was a point 10 years ago where she had significantly more meat on the bone.
Yeah,
there was, and so no problem. But when we're looking at, I mean, and the missus will know what I'm talking about. We're looking at Linda Carter in the 70s as Wonder Woman.
And see that I can understand that. As Sonny says, Comic Road, take layer of makeup to minimize damage to someone to touch your face. Yeah, I can see that. In that case. I don't think it, but you know, it's
oh, Fanty, no, Fanty, no, Fanty, no Lizzo, no.
You can have Lizzo hungry. That'll take care of you.
Lizzo is too big-o for hungry-o.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Mrs. Thank you. And this is going to be my only politically incorrect joke for the evening. Curves and boobs and women are hot, and that's why we don't get them in Asian movies, particularly horror movies.
Wow, Mrs.
Zoltig! Yes, Matthew Pounder. Zoltig, as Kirby, otherwise known as Jakob Kitespike, would say.
Hi-ya.
Absolutely.
Not Kirby, like, hey-ya. The cartoon Kirby? I'm just sorry.
No.
But hey, God, Mrs. Like, okay. You know, there is extra room here tonight, Mrs. So anyway.
Bowsette. Look,
Linda Carter was thinner than ScarJo, and yet you think she was hotter after saying not any bone. Yeah, but Linda Carter had more up top there, flat up the headlights. You know, comparatively. So
and also, Bowsette.
I think it can be subjective too. But go ahead.
Look, I have been a professional illustrator in comic books, so I pay attention to Wonder Woman and Lois Lane and all the female characters, including Jean Grey, in comic books. And so what I was paying attention to, Bowsette, was the actual hip bones. Regardless of how much meat was on the bone, I was paying attention to the skeletal structure, which I know sounds a little bit academic, and I apologize for that, but I am therefore going to be attracted to or appreciate the skeletal structure. And some people had a slimmer skeletal structure, and some people have a wider skeletal structure.
Yeah. Mrs. said the only time I hit the wrong button. Mrs. said the only time you see booby women Asian shows are in anime.
Nicely said, Mrs.
And Kirby is Kirby. This is the Kirby. Buddy got it. Kirby's Kirby when he hits the car or beach calls. Yep.
Yeah.
Phantom says Linda Carter was more proportional. Oh yeah, the cost. Man, Mrs., you're getting me excited tonight. Jeez, wow, but that's a great observation. So, but Bowsette said Scarch is thicker in the hips. Oh gosh.
Well, I mean, Bowsette, honestly, I think
his cars, color roller coaster, sports cars, thick chicks are human version of sports cars, except the sports cars got some drunk in the trunk. So,
well, Bowsette, I pay attention to the hips. Let me just say, I am more akin to a Brazilian man, if you know what I mean, than I am to a North American man. I think you can figure that out. I'm speaking.
Wearing a very tight ass Speedo where your package is like bulging in front of eye level of kids.
You go ahead and make that joke. I'm just going to let that avoid what I have to say.
I know, because see, the Miss and I saw it the one time we went to a friggin' water park with our kids. It was like, oh my gosh, dude, that was anyway. But hey,
I grew up wearing a Speedo. I did a banana sling. Okay, yeah. I've grown up with that.
Which we talked about banana slings before on one of our squirrel streams.
Yeah, we did.
How we got there, I do not know. every show is different. Every show is its own show. Like tonight, we don't know what we're doing. We're just kind of taking our leads. We did come in and talk about hurricanes. We still haven't gotten about it, or cyclones. We are having to watch it one again in the state of Florida now. With the governor has declared a state of emergency in a number of counties already, including one of the counties that I was in last weekend that I should be at tonight, but due to reasons are not. That way I don't have to come back. Ooh.
Bowsette, I see your comment, but look, I'm not talking about the semi-Caucasian chicks in Brazil.
Yeah, so basically what happens is that there is a storm that's coming. They check all your information on the National Hurricane Center, but it's make your preparations now. Be prepared ahead of the storm. Because Hungry, you don't like cyclones, do you? See, over here in the Eastern Hemisphere, we are Western. Well, are we Western or Eastern? I think we're Western, but whatever the hell we are, we call them hurricanes.
Yeah.
And then the West, in the Pacific, they're hurricanes up to a certain point. Then they become typhoons. You call them cyclones. Why do you hate cyclones?
Well, number one, if it is a significant cyclone, then the odds are you're going to get a lot of water in your domicile, your place of residence, and that means you're going to lose all of your collectibles and anything that you really value. And that happened to me twice, and that's why I do not collect anymore. Okay, I have a choice. I can live in the cyclone area and love the area I live in, or I can have the collectibles. And that means I'm going to have to move someplace without cyclones. The natural beauty of the area in which I live is more important to me. So I don't like having to make that choice. And I don't like it when cyclones come in, because the cyclone is the angry wind. The angry wind and the angry rain. It's raging. And it is honestly, this is the other thing I don't like. It is terrifying to children and animals. And I don't like that. I can't handle hearing somebody I care about being terrified. I can't deal with that.
No. Yeah. We, when Aang was younger, Aang really had a bad feeling with the storms and lightning.
Yeah.
One time when we happened to stay out of town an extra day, we planned up ahead and we just kept it because that way we rode it out in Orlando instead of back here at home. Of course, when I got home, I saw a few shingles back on the road, which out in the grass. But eventually we got a metal roof because we had to get a new roof, and it seems to be the only way you can keep homeowners insurance in Florida anymore is buy like a damn roof that lasts for freaking ever.
That's another thing that pisses me off. That really pisses me off. The amount of money we have to pay, even if we have insurance after a cyclone.
And then if you use it, then if you try to use it, then they want to drop you if you or resist a claim and stuff. So,
Mrs.
Mrs. I love that. Studying would be proud of you, Mrs. I have talked about booby women. My job is done. Good night to all. You rest well, my friend. My friend. Damn it.
Okay, Mrs. As a compliment to you, I appreciate what you said, but I am more about the bodacious bootay.
No, listen, I don't care. She's talked about booby women and that stuff now. If in about 20 minutes you hear that front door open, I'm going to leave the damn stream to you, Hungry. I'm going to bell on your ass, okay?
No, that's good, dude, because you know how I feel about your smoochy boochie with the missus. Yeah. You know how I feel about that.
I know, exactly. And hell to West Cagle, the king of New Jersey. So, he keeps now picking on Bon Jovi because I hate Bon Jovi. So, but yes, at least
you were in a mood tonight, Bowsette. What the hell happened?
Yeah. Oh, I thought, yeah. I mean, it kind of is. I mean, hey, we want all your money, but it's like the gambling casinos. You know, fuck them people, because you know what? So what if somebody could count cards? That's a talent. You know, screw you. Redeal the deck every freaking time. Then just if somebody's talented enough to count a card, so fucking what?
Look, I don't like counting cards because look, I played blackjack 21. All right.
Yeah.
Now the only way, and
takes a genius to do. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean honestly, I only played 5 times, and 4 times I came out more than $200 ahead. Right. One time I didn't. But the thing is, the money doesn't count if you're cheating. And I know that sounds overly Catholic, but to me, it does matter. So I never learned how to play count cards. I don't understand counting cards. I don't want to know. I don't want anyone to explain it to me. But when I play 21, I want to have the adventure of the game.
Yeah, my dad actually could see when a lot of the slot machines would start to pay out more. I mean, he'd play a single coin for a long time, lose a lot, but then it was he said there's a way you could see it. This is back late 90s, and it's like, and he did. He ended up winning so much, he ended up paying for his vacation, and actually bought a piece of test equipment to bring home.
Nice.
My dad would take no. You could see the rep on the floor. They didn't come to sell shit. They just brought their little demos to write up sales orders and stuff. My dad's like you're going to sell me that piece of. I got cash. And finally, the guy's like, just be quiet, be quiet. And my dad got a piece of test equipment he wanted under the table dealings with somebody. So, oh my gosh,
I dig it. I really do. But I mean, here's the thing. I know this is going to irritate you as an auditor.
But Buddy said counting cards isn't cheating unless the table isn't fixing the decks.
Good point, buddy. Good point.
Yes. If all things are equal. Yeah. All right, go ahead, Hungry.
Well, I'm going to say as an auditor, there are going to be when you're talking about under the table money, look, that has to irritate the shit out of you. But sometimes in creative industries, there is a lot of under the table money. And look, I've been paid under the table on rare occasion. However, here's the difference. As an auditor, you would like this. I declared it on my taxes.
Yes. You have to. Yes, as long as you declare it. Yes, exactly. That's where you get in trouble, is when you don't declare that income. They will get you for that.
So it was a situation of the person paying me would get in trouble, or I would get in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
I am not going to be in trouble with the IRS or the Australian equivalent ever. Never. Do not mess with the tax system. That is how they got one of the greatest gangsters in the world.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh was not a gangster, but a certain guy. What?
In Orlando. Yeah, he is in Orlando. He's got a rivalry with Mickey Mouse. Didn't you see South Park? What Mickey Mouse does to everybody?
Yep. I love that one. But that actually, squirreling. We're squirreling now. This is for Ang, and I want you to bring this up to Ang later.
Okay.
you remember how we all loved Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah.
The sequel is in production. It's being made. It's in production. That means it's going to happen. It's not a maybe, okay? It's not a maybe going to happen. It is a definitely going to happen. And that film is going to be fantastic. Just like when we were talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, right?
Right.
That look, I am a horror movie guy going back to 1973, maybe 1972, and I adore a good horror film. That does not mean people getting cut up. That does not mean boobages. That does not mean swear words. It means something that is beyond the ken of man to understand, that is terrifying. Sorry, Atwood, but slasher ain't horror. And Five Nights at Freddy's gave it to me.
Winnie the Pooh is a pimp.
That was a good joke.
Nice,
that was a good joke. But nice. I mean, I honestly think I know a lot of sequels are not as good as the original, but we have the same director and we have the same screenwriters working on the sequel to Five Nights at Freddy's. I think it's going to be magnificent.
It probably would be. Yeah, I would. I liked it. We'll see what happens, but I just don't know. I just don't know how they could make it better, or I'm not confident in the ability to make sequels that continue a series very well.
Now I don't understand. I apologize about that. I don't understand this comment. If you could explain a bit more, are you talking about Five Nights at Freddy's? What are you talking about? I don't know.
I guess that one. And Buddy says you're not a real pimp unless you have acrylic platform shoes with goldfish in them, like Fly Guy.
Yeah, good one, Buddy.
I can see Hungry. Yeah, he said Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Look, I just I am the kind of hammer horror film guy, Bowsette. And I honestly think the first Five Nights at Freddy's, and we talked about this, Dadman and I and the missus and Ang talked about it. I think it's a very hammer horror kind of tribute to the mid 1960s kind of film, and I appreciate that. And I'm hoping that the sequel will be either another tribute to the 1960s style of horror or early 1970s. However it works out, I don't care, because the director, she is fab. She is fab. And the writers were fab. And I need fab. I can't live without fab, bro.
He used to be a general manager at one of our Longhorn Steakhouses nearby. Yeah, his name was Fab. It was kind of cool. So,
and Buddy brings up, Amicus. I mean, this is something Buddy knows.
That's a friend of the court brief, isn't it?
No, I mean yes, but brief? No. Amicus did.
It's like Thor.
Well, Amicus did a lot of horror films, as Buddy knows. Well, I mean, maybe 5 that people mistaked for hammer horror films because they were so aesthetically similar, but they were not hammer horror films. They were Amicus films, and I actually rate Amicus nearly as high as hammer horror films. And look, a lot of the hammer horror films, Dadman, they are really PG-13. They really are. Now, there is cleavage, but there's no nudity.
Right. Well, that's okay. It happens.
Buddy, I get that joke. Do you get that joke, Dadman?
Thunderbirds have nothing to do with this fab. No, I don't. Sad.
Hey, Brooks!
Brogu's here. Loves Hammer Horror. So,
I do too. I really do. And also, Brogues, as you know, and I know Buddy knows this because Buddy knows everything. I'm not making a joke, Buddy. You do know everything. Hammer actually started with Quatermass. So the BBC created the Quatermass television series, which was the initial science fiction horror, which a lot of people say was the inspiration for Doctor Who. And from that, Hammer actually got the rights to do the movie versions, and they did a great version of them of that show. Great version.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Karnstein. Yes. Well, buddy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. I cannot disagree, buddy. I cannot disagree.
Well, we've got 12 likes already. We've got 10 people watching. Thank y'all for being here, folks. We still have not rambled on the stupid cyclones that much.
Well, we will. Can you allow me to get a mineral water? I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead and have a mineral water, just like all good yuppies do. You he walked away. That's like I had a coworker the other day that went and bought it wasn't Perrier, it was some other kind of sparkling water. I'm like, can't you just drink out of the tap? And he's, then the waitress was talking about, well, just pull the garden hose in. And I'm like, damn it, sure, bring the garden hose up. That's the way we used to drink water out, playing outside all day, playing football, behind the school lot, find you a water spigot, and you just drink whatever water you got. Not any frou-frou stuff. Was never cold. Just always, yeah. It was like, damn it. And it included a little bit of dirt. A little bit of dirt will make you healthy. It was cool. But
okay, so let's get to reasons we hate cyclones and hurricanes.
Well, one of the things that we had the potential with what happened based on the current forecast, right? If it develops and everything stays true, there was another Hurricane Debbie recently that actually dumped a lot of rain. Our rivers are still pretty high and stuff like that now. That could bring a lot more rain and a lot more tidal surge, which could make areas even more flooded because the rivers are at the max or near the max right now. So that's a very bad thing, is flooding. Hurricane Irma actually brought water up through now it came from the east and then up into Florida, and so it came from that way, which I think is worse. This one for us, it comes down to tornadoes or not because of the side we're on, but it seems like we really don't get so much when storms come in from that side. But then again, it depends on how organized and severe the storm is.
Do you get tornadoes in Florida?
Mostly only when there's hurricanes. I mean, there can be some days when we have tornadoes, but generally not. We generally get severe thunderstorms, and sometimes what they do over here, they call anything with rotation possible a tornado warning.
Oh, okay.
And I like up the Midwest and Alabama and all, where they really, when it's a tornado, it's on the ground and all that stuff. No, for us, it's like, they see rotation in the clouds and they call it tornado warning, but we don't have generally that many tornadoes. And usually if we do, they're EF1s, EF2s. They're not really very well, I hate to say not very powerful, because an EF1 will still destroy a lot of shit and do a lot of damage. And that's what my dad said also with the hurricanes. He was always afraid of the tornadoes.
Okay. All right. But how many in your lifetime, how many tornadoes have you been through?
None.
Okay. Good.
Yep. Yes, it is. The forecast track has it coming into Florida in the Big Bend area. Depends on if it shifts west or east right now, but it should be making landfall Thursday. So this is a quick.
What is the Big Bend area?
It's the part of Florida. You know how it looks like a pistol?
Yeah.
and you have like that little hump down, and then it goes back up, and there's like a little hole, and then it comes back down on the west coast.
Oh, okay.
That little hole up in there is called the Big Bend area. So
Okay.
that's what you know. Yeah. So it's every they got the Panhandle, Big Bend, Keys. You got all kinds of different names for different things there. So that is how close we do not know yet. So, and the main thing is how much it develops, because right now, from the National Hurricane Center, they're talking about a major hurricane, which is Category 3 or higher. So,
damn it.
And I Hurricane Debbie was not that organized. We didn't get much out of Hurricane Debbie, but I know somebody over where it made landfall, and it took out their well, collapsed their well. They were running out of power for a week, and of course our bosses wanted them back to work in 2 days. So,
no.
But
I know.
2
days.
It's I know, especially if you're rural, everything's down to power. It's anyway, but I probably should not cut down that too far.
I hear you.
That's why you build up your personal leave time.
Look, there's a difference between a squirrel branch and a rabbit hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that could be a rabbit hole really quickly. But it's really thoughts and prayers for everybody and how it goes, because it's weird how they already have weather forecast up, and it's like normally they usually tell us like rain or a little bit of windy this far out. They already got tropical storm conditions possible up. I'm like, really? Wow, that y'all are pretty set with the course then, because that's one of the problems with the hurricanes is the track forecasting's gotten a lot better, but the problem is they can't gauge the intensity forecast. The thing is whether it's going to be a 1 or a 5. They know models and they know what they expect, but sometimes the models don't turn out right. So that's why you always have to listen to your local meteorologist and your National Weather Service and National Hurricane Center for the official advice. Don't get it from just the internet. So, my buddy said that they're back in the 90s today and tomorrow. Wow.
Yeah, we're finally getting into warmer weather here. Finally. Although it was cold last night, I had to have the heating on. But
what'd you do?
Pardon?
What y'all do? I thought it was supposed to become your summer down there now.
We're trying to get there. We're actually in spring right now, but I mean, winter is kind of holding on a little bit.
What is spring, by the way?
What is spring? I'd like to know that, because I haven't had a spring in 10 years.
Oh, then Australia really is like Florida then. Okay, gotcha.
No, we kind of go from winter, just bam, it's hot. Okay? That's not the way it used to be. Mm-hmm. We used to have at least 3 weeks of spring. Back in the 80s, we would have 2 months of spring. But look, I'm not speaking politically. I'm not speaking about climate change. I'm just saying things are different now here. That's all I'm saying. And I just am not used to going from, I'll speak in Fahrenheit, because most of, our crew speak in Fahrenheit. I'm not used to going from 60 Fahrenheit, which is a bit cold to me, all right, to 98 Fahrenheit in a week. That's a bit rough.
Wow. You know what's a bit rough? The Jacksonville Jaguars just really suck big time. Oh, my God. They're now losing 40 to wow. Wow. And just turned the ball over again, guys. Oh, boy. Brogu did say the jobs don't care if you get to tornado, hurricane, cyclone, earthquake. The job had a thing where they wanted you to call in to say you were okay. That was just a trick to get you to work.
Look. I don't approve of that, but I am I'm not a person who believes in socialist work systems, but look, I don't like what Brogues said
No,
happened to other people. I think that is
no.
unfair. I think it is uncaring. I think it is a lack of concern, and that should not happen. That should
No,
not.
yeah, we have jokes, but I'll say that for after the show. But but yeah, it's just really crazy. With sometimes we actually have one out in the Gulf that actually followed cousins. They came this way. The storm came this way. Then they went back towards Mississippi, and the
Oh,
storm started back that way. And then they came back this way, and the storm followed them back this way. It was like
I don't want to piss off Mother Nature, but one thing that really irritates me about these hurricanes and cyclones is exactly what you just said. I mean, you think you're safe, and then the damn thing doubles back and hits you again.
oh my God, Hurricane Ivan hit Pensacola pretty damn hard, goes up through the Missouri, up to Kentucky, West Virginia, comes back out Virginia, circles all the way back, all the way down from like Virginia, all the way back down to Central Florida, South Florida, and ended up hitting us on Sanibel Island when we're trying to drive on the island. And the tail lights of the car ahead of us is the only thing that kept us on the road. Like I told him, the missus had acknowledged that. Well, like I told her, it's like, hey, if they go in the water, we do too, because that's the only thing I could see was their taillights. And yeah, it came back around. Just and in 2004 with 4 storms, we had little kids. Our kids were little. That was horrible. A week without power, humidity, all that stuff.
A week?
Yep. Because one time it was like 2 days with no power. When one block over, they had power. It was, yeah. But it's gotten better over the years. But dealing with that with kids at that age, and then you had. That year they all came in nighttime, like over the dark, over like when it's dark, and they all moved like 5 miles an hour, 8 miles an hour. They were slow movers, and I was like, really? And at night, it was crazy.
That's another thing I don't like about cyclones: the fact that they sneak in after dark. I don't like that. A lot of times, not always,
No.
they often sneak in after dark. I understand there is a scientific reason for that, but look, I'm not a scientist. I resent it. Give us some warning. Let us see you coming in. Give us a heads up. No. And I mean, God, 8 days without power. That no.
Yep. All right, man. Hey, all right.
And with kids, I mean, Ang must have been a toddler at that point.
Yes, Ang was, and Ang didn't like them, and that's why, like I said, there were a couple storms we actually, when we knew that they were coming back, we would extend to stay out of town for a day just to,
Good for you.
Yeah. So it was good. And so the kid didn't worry. And plus, I didn't have to worry. I hate hearing. There's nothing worse than in the dark. You hear something bang, bing, 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 and something's busted, but you can't do anything about it because I've tried to do that before I open the door, and it's like a mistake to try to open doors at times with the pressure and the winds. But you try to secure something. We actually had the back awning blow down the street a little bit, and it's like because it was like, although we didn't have to pay a crew to come take it down. Mrs. was happy. But my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law came up over and they helped us fix a little bit of eave damage that there was. So it was good. Yep.
Okay, so I have a question for you regarding cyclones and hurricanes. All right.
Yep.
You know that sometimes the news has to be the misery merchant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If it bleeds, it leads. The missus taught me that many years ago. Mrs. taught me that.
Yep. Yeah, she's right. Okay, but if a cyclone or a hurricane is not going to be as big as it's supposed to be, do do you ever resent it if the news builds it up to be the most devastating event forever, and you have to do so much work to prevent against something that doesn't happen?
Dude, that's been the last several storms, though. Like, hey, Simply Steve, yes. We will, Bowsette. I'm sorry it crashed, but hey, thanks for being here for so long. Yeah, and I tell you, that the problem, though, with this is you got to be careful because you always don't want to minimize it and then get screwed and people get hurt and stuff.
True.
But yeah, that does be the feeling a lot of times. Like the last time we barely got any wind from it. I mean, we got more tropical. It felt more like a tropical storm like 3 days later with other unrelated daily showers.
It.
Yeah. So it's just crazy. I'm telling you, it's But you know what? You just have to always be prepared. Don't mock it, and just you got to respect nature and just ready to, be, just really be ready to, for the worst. I mean, it's good when you always go back and it's like,
I agree.
But it's the danger when they're constantly overdoing these storms, though, or the storms don't turn out to be as bad as they are. Or they're forecast to be, that does cause laxity and people being lazy and maybe skip the next storm. So always take them serious. You never know. So, better be prepared than not. Because and one of the things is probably you also have the thing where they're not warning people early enough. And
what?
Or people, they like this storm has not gotten a lot of attention. If you were watching weather sites, you'd know that this thing will be ready. But people are just now finding out about the storm. It's not even named yet. It's really early in the process. But you if you're watching the weather type stuff, you can this is coming. You know that things are around, but I actually. This one YouTuber I follow, he was the only one I heard that Hurricane Michael in I think it was 18. I don't think it's 2017, but 2018. It actually, he was the only one warned. Even the Weather Service didn't. Even the Hurricane Center didn't. He's like saying the models show that this thing could explode badly, big at landing. It moved from a 3 to a 5. Well, it was actually a 4 when it made landfall near Panama Beach, Panama City Beach, but they subsequently went back and upgraded to Category 5.
Wow.
Because it was like, and it did. You could see on the satellite dishes after the path for years, the path that they cut through all the forestry over in that area, like a buzzsaw. One of our favorite rest areas, was without trees for the longest time. So, yeah, and then Simply Steve was saying they're calling for rapid intensification. Exactly. So, always be prepared. I remember watching news out of New Orleans, and for Katrina, I remember saying it wasn't going to be that bad. Everything was going to be okay. Then all hell broke loose with the levee. Yep. But hey, like Stanley says, always be ready to punch nature in the balls.
Yeah.
I like that spelling. That's cool. So,
I agree.
But like I said, you always have to go to the Hurricane Center and your local professional meteorologist. Go to them for all the information and like even evacuations. Listen to your local law enforcement and local officials. Don't get the information. Well, you get it off the internet, but don't just believe rumors and stuff like that. Go to your official sources for the official information. And that's what you have to do.
But also,
and it's an important disclaimer that I say, because if I'm going to talk about it all, I also want people to know I'm not official. It's like my gambling waiver. I'm just here talking. If you want professional, go to the experts. Go to the people that are paid to do it and are in charge of all the responsibility. Hey, Shooter again.
Hello, Shooter.
I am honestly honored that we've had Shooter here quite a few times lately. So.
Ditto.
Okay,
but I mean, Shooter will understand. Shooter will understand the question I'm about to ask you, because like where I live, it is a cyclone-prone area. Where you live, hurricane-prone area. So, do you check the weather radar to see what's coming in every so often?
When I feel like it. If I know that there's bad weather coming, then I do. But I tell you
Okay.
what, or honestly, with the part of Florida we're in, we are actually kind of like at a hurricane shield, in that our geography ends up
Oh,
protecting
good.
us a lot. Because see, for the storms that have been coming in off that side of the state, we are getting stuff off the Atlantic, but it's like it does. It's not. So far, it's not been so bad. Now, if a storm was completely organized, it could be worse. But like the last one didn't do really anything. Didn't even really leave much rain for what they were forecasting. Um, Also, we've had hurricanes move right up the coast from us because of the indention. So it just, our geography serves us pretty well. The one that got us
Good.
was Irma, because that thing came in like in South Florida,
Yep.
and the meteorologist screwed up. They didn't say. I had to hear out of friggin' Orlando that the thing was actually going north and not just west through Florida. It brought it closer to us, and what it did was the St. Johns flow south. So that meant all the water blowing out off the East Coast was pushing the water even higher into the inland areas, and places everywhere flooded that had never flooded. We even had an airboat out in front of our neighborhood.
Damn it. Oh, God.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, the river came up, flooded houses that had never flooded before, and all that. So,
Can I answer, Brogues?
Phantom Answers chat radar range, about 2 more minutes. Yes. I presume he's talking to you about you, though. Go ahead.
Yeah, because cyclones are Australian and Asian. Hurricanes it is the same storm.
Like Foster's is Australian for beer.
Oh, don't do that to me today.
Okay, I'm going to mute and go get an ice cream. I'll be right back.
Oh, all right, okay. I'll answer you, Brogues. I've been through 2 major cyclones here. The one that I really don't like, and I will resent forever, happened in 2004. And it was so savage that the rain, Brogues, the rain was absolutely perpendicular to the ground. It was coming in laterally. It was not coming in vertically. It was laterally. And it was going through every single gap in the wood of the house. And it just, it ruined everything. And we lost trees. We lost 60% of the banana trees in the banana plantations. And bros, you probably know how tough a banana tree is. A banana tree is designed for this area. Okay? We lost 60% of the banana plantations. And I mean, I lost so much. But I didn't lose my job. I felt very sorry for the guys working with the machetes in the banana plantations. And a few women, too. There were a few women tough enough to work in the banana plantations. And it was horrible. And the amount of damage, Brogues, to local businesses, the local ma and pop shops, the people who would give us fish and chips, the people who would sell us Diet Coke, the people who would sell us a frozen pizza, the little shops, the Australian equivalent of 7-Eleven, right? Devastating, absolutely devastating. So yeah, 2004 was a bad year.
Oh, for y'all too?
Yeah.
Wow. That was the year I just mentioned where we had 4 hit the state of Florida and our kids were really young.
Yeah.
That was crazy. 2004 was amazing. There was actually one year, though, there were so many hurricanes named storms in the Atlantic season. They used to use the Greek alphabet. Now apparently they just start over or something because they're idiots. But they finally did. I, as a kid, wanted to see so many named storms. Well, they did. They finally went, I think, up to Gamma. They did A through Z. Of course, they skip a few letters. They alternate male, female names, and then it's like they were alpha, beta, gamma, delta. Well, maybe they got to iota. I don't remember, but they really went way up into the Greek alphabet. Then they promptly quit that. So,
right.
Hey, Phantom Peter Venkman fan site.
Okay, now Fanti.
Well, look what Peter Venkman misread it as Cylons, not cyclones.
That's a good joke, but Fanti is messing with me, and I know you're messing with me, Fanti, because Fanti is actually a very, very educated guy, or I should say knowledgeable guy. Now, Fanti, you know this, Fanti, and because look, I know you're making a joke, but we do not want to misinform the chat. Australia as a continent, not just an island, a continent, is more than 2/3, just a little more than 2/3 the size of the continental United States, Northern United States. So we are not a little island. We are the biggest fucking island on Earth, and we're also...
There's one.
That's one. Yeah. Fanti, Fanti. Damn it, you did that to me. That's why you did it, right, Fanti? Right?
We set the over under on F-bombs by Hungry at 3 tonight. So that's one.
Well done, Fanti.
But well done. Panda brings up, I don't know how this is over there. We got 14 people watching this.
Oh my God, insurance is terrible here.
Hey guys, share out the stream, guys. If you got posses, gangs, and stuff, bring them in. Let's have a big crowd tonight. Let's sit here and see how long we can go. But yeah, that's a big thing in the state of Florida is insurance. Oh, Sashi's here. Hey,
Sash.
Sashi said they got here hitting this stupid button. I only have floods to contend with down here. We missed the whole ring of fire. Wow, Brown. Yeah, the fire ring of fire. Yep, 5 times as deadly.
Island.
Look at this. They say Australia's a continent, yet 99% live on the coast.
Well, there's a reason for that. Did you know back in the days of the dinosaurs, Dadman, we had an internal sea?
Mm-hmm.
So 80% of Australia was an ocean. You're not listening.
No, stunning distracted me.
I know.
Because it was an ocean, she'd be a big silent. Okay. Oh, but Van Outsider did say Australia, the island where everything is designed to unalive the humans. Yes. I
know, but see, this is something you would like.
To the insurance too, right?
You're not listening.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
80% of Australia was underwater when dinosaurs walked the earth. And then a very big event happened.
I thought they still walked the earth with the cassowary.
Yeah, I would agree with that. With that. They are the survivors. But when everything dried up, okay,
jeez,
that is why, dude. Fuck. Okay, that's
two.
I B for Mo. No, it's insomnia, and that's what happens. But the situation is because the internal sea dried up. That is why 80% of our continent is a desert, and a brutal desert. Yeah. Peter Venkman, yes, we were a donut. Absolutely.
From outside of then Atlanta sank and the middle part of Australia rose.
I would love to think that Atlantis was part of Australia, but I can't say that. I can't.
The end of the Australian Ocean destroyed Atlantis. Thanks a lot, Australia.
Look, Fanti, now you're going to get me fantasizing about Atlantis in Australia, and I can't do that. I can't. You know why? This is an in joke for Fanti. It's going to set Nerdrotic off. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. He is fascinated with Atlantis, and I cannot accommodate him on that stuff. Bros.
If you think that, I wonder what Jim Cott would think.
Oh, look! I do love the woo-woo stuff. I do love it. Okay, I love it. It doesn't mean I believe it, but I do love it. However, I mean, some of the ideas are a little bit out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do believe in Atlantis. I believe that there was a civilization that might have referred to itself as Atlantis, but I don't believe in all the myth and folklore about it.
Okay.
I mean, like, you're in the South, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So you know about a certain colony where everybody disappeared, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to mention which one, but you know about that. Now, maybe that had something to do with supernatural stuff, or maybe it was just something natural. We're not going to talk about it. I mean, okay, I'll use the name, if you don't mind, Roanoke. Right? You know about Roanoke. Yes?
I think I've heard of it. Yes, I think I've heard of it.
Right. I want to believe something supernatural happened to Roanoke, but I honestly think, look, some immigrants, some pilgrims might have been incompetent, and you have studied the Civil War, so you understand incompetence can cause demise. You know that.
Right.
So I don't necessarily believe that anything scary or spooky caused the demise of Roanoke. But if it was the case, I just want a bit of evidence, a little bit of evidence, and then I will happily believe it.
Yeah, there's like a lot of rumors, a lot of things that have happened. You just, you need a little bit something to go with it before you can give it. Yeah. So, no, you got.
That's going off on Roanoke now.
Bermuda Triangle was always the one that got me. Like how you could have planes and all that stuff just disappearing out of nowhere.
Look, I'll be honest. I will make. Look, I have said what I said about Roanoke. I am never going to go into. Never going into the Bermuda. No, I'm never going there. Bermuda Triangle? No, never. Not going there. Never.
Mm-hmm.
And there are places in Australia that are similar. I would rather risk that than go to the Bermuda Triangle. No, that place is too fucked up. Oh, that's 2.
3. No, that's 3. That's 3.
You win the bet.
No, it's even right. It's a push right now.
Oh, a push. Okay.
Yeah, people. I think Old Man Cometh had the over earlier. So if you had the over on Hungry at on over 3 on F-bombs, then I don't know. So if you had the under, then you better hope he can be good all night. So
I'm gonna
Max
try.
Redstone is here now. Yes.
Hey Max.
Australian.
Ooh, Aussie Lamb. Aussie Lamb. Yes.
No,
no
Weetabix. No Weetabix, Max. Come on, you got to have some Weetabix for Hungry. So.
Oh, don't do that to Max. Do not inflict Weetabix on Max.
Brogu has said Australia has something similar. The Foster's Brewing Company.
Oh, Brogues. Why?
That's
Why,
Brogues? Talking about a great song because he loves you. So, Sashi over where he is incompetence causes death. That's why I don't trust our government with nuclear reactor. Too little laid back to keep it running well. Oh my gosh! Well, tell you what.
I mean, honestly, that brings up another squirrel branch.
Yeah.
What do you think about 3 Mile Island?
Well, what do you mean? What do I think of it? What do you mean? They think of sabotage or what?
Oh, I did not use that word. You did.
Well, no, I don't know. I'm just sitting here guessing it because the way you asked the question. So, the
Well,
F-77 had the 747 crashing in the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah.
I mean, all I'm going to say.
Max Red off.
What?
I set Max Redstone off.
Yeah, Weetabix. I hate Weetabix, Max. I despise Weetabix.
Yes.
Oh my god. Look, I will eat muesli. I think I explained muesli to Dadman.
Yeah, you did.
But Weetabix, that is a bridge too far.
Oh man, so yeah. I think I remember the Saturday Night Live skit.
Oh yeah, it was good.
I think I remembered that skit because it was like John Belushi became it was really, really crazy.
Well, I mean, the 3 Mile Island thing was very frightening to kids in the 70s, and we were kids in the 70s. So, I mean, it was something we took very seriously. And then, when we're older, we have to go through Chernobyl, and then we're older still, and we have to go through the Japanese situation. And
that was sad. I mean, the tsunami, I think, is what happened with that. So
yeah,
they got the cause of the big problem that they had.
But that goes back to what we're talking about with cyclones and hurricanes. So you can have an energy source, okay, but if it is going to be seriously damaged by a weather event, is it safe?
Yep. I would too. I think so. Anzac, Australia, New Zealand Day. Yay, Anzac. Actually, there's a version there is actually a version of Accident Analyst where they actually use Anzac troops. It's interesting. Right. And Fukushima, yeah, that's the one. Oh yeah, Aykroyd became. Oh, that's right. Aykroyd was President Carter and Garrett Morrison's giant clean in the skit. Oh yeah, they ran off the. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is one of the greatest mysteries of. I mean, the plane that just disappeared.
Yeah,
They never found again, or did they finally find some of the debris thing that maybe? But still, it just was a real sad situation there. Buddy. Oh man, don't let your rod melt down.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, look, Buddy is very good at making the sci-fi jokes.
Oh,
and sci-fi requires science in the sci-fi joke.
I think of the Amazing Colossal Man. When this topic you come up and nuclear reactors and all that, I think of the Amazing Colossal Man, you know?
I love that movie, dude. I do.
Yeah, it was an MST3K special too.
Oh, they did the sequel, The Amazing Colossal Beast. They did that.
There's a beast. I knew there was a woman. Really?
No. There was a sequel where The Amazing Colossal Man, because the first movie made money, they had to make a sequel. So he's incredibly scarred. He's incredibly horrible to look at, and he's got no brains in his head anymore. Because remember, at the end of The Amazing Colossal Man, he falls down the dam at Las Vegas, right? He falls down, and he got terribly done by. And he is the monster in the sequel. The monster in the sequel. And it is a good movie, but it is a better MST3K experience, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. MST3K. What a unique experience. One of the classic fun shows of all time. So, oh, yeah, exactly. Hungry. I put something in the group chat that B from O shared.
Oh, that's very kind of you, B from O. That's very kind.
But yeah, it's really cool. If I was at home, I would show it, but I'm not. I am on the road, so I cannot do that. Oh boy, it's almost 11. Dang.
However, Dadman, if at some point you need a break and the missus is not around and Angus not around, and you got an hour and 10 minutes to yourself, I really do recommend that you look up MST3K. You'll find it on Google. You don't have to go to any other search engine. And look up War of the Colossal Beast. Okay.
Okay.
It is really bloody funny. It really is.
Not the Great Emu War, right?
Yeah,
shoot her when you need them. All right, bro. Good. Well, thanks for being here. Good night. You rest well. So, hey. Oh, my gosh. Digging the show, we need more sleep deprived hungry. We used to do that. 9 months ago, we were going, and I needed some sleep though. I think I finally caught up, so I can start doing more if you want, especially when I can work at home or close to home. Australia's greatest defeat about the Great Emu War.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, you know what? The cassowaries were never defeated. And you saw the photo, Dadman. You know why they were never defeated.
Yeah, and I saw the video. They're still around when they walked up to the lady. So,
that was awful. That was awful. No. There's a reason why she squeaked, not screamed. She squeaked, but that's okay. Well, look, I'm not going to be sexist. I'm just going to say, if a woman got a squeak, okay, no problem.
All right. Well, folks, I think we're going to go ahead and start to wind up in about 10 minutes. What do you think, Hungry? I'm starting to get tired, so I think I'll call it a night and get some sleep. Speaking of that.
No prob. Look, I am desperate for sleep. You can hear it in my voice. I'm sorry.
Yes, exactly. That's okay. Okay. Oh, Stunning's almost done with his commission. So, hey.
Oh, good.
So, shout, let's see. YouTube channel is MST3K live stream channel 24/7 right now. Yeah, I've seen those before. So, I think we'll see if we end up quitting.
No. But can I just back up, buddy, here for a moment?
Yeah.
It was about 4 months ago, maybe a bit more. Buddy will correct me if I'm wrong. Where the Shout channel decided to do a MST3K Forever-a-thon. That's what they call it, Forever-a-thon. It was supposed to be for like 19 days, and it became so popular they just kept running it, and they're still running it on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, exactly. We did not get back to this, but I do want to talk about the War of the Worlds, and not the movie versions. We could kind of talk about it a little bit, but I would like to know more about the history of the whole radio broadcast and how it created the panic around the world.
Oh, okay.
That's the part I don't know how much you know about that, but would really it just seemed interesting how something like that got out, and all of a sudden everybody freaked out like it was really happening.
Well, shall we tease it for a moment? Tease it. Okay.
Yeah.
Orson Welles had no idea that the USA public would have that reaction. Mm-hmm. No idea. And he actually had to publicly apologize for it on public radio, national public radio. But
Yeah,
look,
it caused panic.
I mean, I know what Peter Venkman is saying. Okay, people are gullible, but see, here's the thing: you have to understand, and we'll get into it later when Dadman wants to talk about it. But look, people tune in sometimes 10 minutes after a program has begun. 10 minutes, and they don't get the warning that it's fiction. And if you do something so bloody brilliant in terms of narrative fiction that the rest of the world believes it, well, they're going to believe it.
Yeah. Better to slow down and look and independently verify. All right, folks.
Always independently verify. Always.
Yeah, always. That's what I do. That's why I don't like people putting breaking news in the chat, stuff like that, because I want to make sure it's verified. And if I have enough mods, I'll try to verify it before I put some. It's one thing if I control it. I know what I've seen. I've been able to vet and things, but see, then again, you never know. I mean, how many times have we seen the early news reports are the most inaccurate? So I just anyway. But hey, I look forward to kicking that one as well as Police Academy too sometime. Let me say goodbye to a few people here real quick.
Good.
So Stunning says Unicron. Come on, go. Don't need to apologize for anything. We're lucky we didn't need our planet. Matthew Pounder said, "It's nice to see a few names that are not here very often tonight."
Oh, Ghost Watch was fantastic, Matthew Pounder. I loved that.
Yeah, I like what Sashi said. I apologize for your stupidity. And the problem with the broadcast was they did not go this program of HE. Hey, that reminds me, was Wes Cagle still here? Phantom Outsider, I think, is also New Jersey. Wasn't part of New Jersey involved with the aliens that ended up dying in New Jersey because of the pollution?
I don't know.
That was a bad joke. Okay. All right. So, oh, shoot. Let's see.
Buddy is correct.
Yeah. Yep. All-time radio format and times were different, so presented as real news. Peter Venkman loves his old real news. So, all right. Well, Hungry, we're going to go ahead and wind it up there. Brownsville, New Jersey. Yes. Don't leave. We'll talk for a few minutes. But, folks, hey, remember tomorrow night, 8 p.m., we're going to talk Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, with my great co-host, Daisy Blossom, and a special guest, JT Kirk, who's big on Star Trek. And Wednesday night at 10 p.m., I'm with Bucky's Crafting again. At 10 p.m., we talk SEC college football and Michigan football. And, hey, come have fun even if you don't know sports. Bucky is the best football co-host around. And, you won't want to miss it. It's a lot of fun. So Peter Venkman said, as I said, Jersey is basically the armpit of New York. All right, Sasha, you take care. Buddy says he listens to a lot of the radio sci-fi. All right. Oh, yeah. Phantom said that Browns Mill, New Jersey was where they started the invasion. If you meet people from there, I hate the way it goes. You meet people from there, it somehow triggers the X-Files theme before X-Files existed. That's cool. All right, well, folks, we hope to see you tomorrow night with Daisy and JT as we talk Star Trek. Wednesday night, for college football with Bucky's Crafting, and then of course Friday night 10 p.m. we're planning on doing another one of these squirrel streams. We'll do one with a cast of characters. So on that note, everybody, y'all have a wonderful night. We'll catch you later. Bye, all.
Sweet dreams.